Hi friends, subscribe to অরিজিৎ অফিসিয়াল ইউটিউব চ্যানেল, শেয়ার করুন, লাইক করুন, কমেন্টস করুন আর অতি অবশ্যই বেল আইকনটা ক্লিক করে দেবেন সব কিছুর নোটিফিকেশন পাওয়ার জন্য। সঙ্গে থাকুন, পাশে থাকুন, দেখতে থাকুন অরিজিৎ অফিসিয়াল ইউটিউব চ্যানেল।
My name is Gopal Kothari and I am into insurance profession since last 13 years. And I also like to travel a lot, and recently I have completed 7 continents. Last month I have been to Antarctica, and that way I was able to complete all the 7 continents. Approximately 59 countries I have traveled to complete all these 7 continents. But as you can understand that insurance is not very high earning profession. So in order to fulfill this lavish dream, I have to struggle a lot. I have started my travel from Malaysia. That was my first country which I have traveled. That was basically a sponsored trip from a leading insurance company. And then again next year I went to Dubai. That was again a sponsored trip from a leading insurance company. When I was in Australia, Sydney, and when I have met with people, and when I've gone to the places, then I've understand that traveling could be my passion. I wondered that I could start seeing different places in the world. Like I was very passionate about London when I was a child. But since I was in insurance industry, so I never imagined that I could, travel to London or this kind of cities. But once I was there in Australia, then I thought that I can give a chance. And then I started saving money. I've traveled to cities like Paris, to London, to Prague, to South Africa, to almost 59 countries. 58 countries before Antarctica, I'm so sorry. And finally in 2019 I decided that I will be completing 7 continents. But after hearing about Antarctica, about the cost of going to Antarctica, so I started exploring webs and I started talking with the travel agents. But what I've understand that it's a very very costly affair, first thing, and second is very very tough terrain. It's not very easy place to go. But finally I decided that I will go. I will complete my dream of 7 continents. But then this COVID thing started, and again I have to wait for a while to this COVID period to be passed and all. So in 2021 when the things started settling, so I started talking with travel agents again, and my travel agent Ravin Todi is there. So I talked with him, we discussed extensively about this trip, and since there was cost involved, so I have to save a lot of money as well. but nothing comes before passion. So I broke my fixed deposits and all, so that I can be able to complete my 7 continents. So finally I booked my trip in November 2021, a year before the trip. And then finally in November 2022 I started the voyage. First I went to Frankfurt. From Frankfurt I took a flight to Buenos Aires. From Buenos Aires I went to the last part of the world, Ushuaia. It's called end of the world because nobody stays after Ushuaia in the world. And from Ushuaia finally my voyage started, and I took a cruise to Antarctica. And finally my dreams were about to be completed. When I boarded the cruise to Antarctica, I heard the news that 2 people have died as the expedition boat have turned, and 2 people died in Antarctica. But somehow after a stress moment of few minutes, I thought that let's go give it a try. We passed through Drake Passage. As you must be aware that Drake Passage is the most deadliest passage in the world. The reason being that 3 of the ocean meet in Drake Passage. So the waves are very, very, very high. Sometimes it can be 25-30 feet, and the whole cruise keeps on shaking, and people have seasickness. But it was very, very shaky, but awesome experience as well. So we were not able to land, but the experience was superb because the environment all around was so beautiful. We were thinking that if we could have landed on the land, and then we could have experienced the things in a better way. Next day morning, the expedition team announced that good morning, it's a wake up time, and the good news is that weather have improved, and we were finally able to see the sun as well. And in an hour time they will announce that if we could land on Antarctica or not. And after an hour there was a call that we are finally landing on Antarctica, and we have gone to the mud room. We sat on the Zodiac boat, and finally I was able to land on Antarctica shore, and out of joy I took out our Indian flag, and it was a very, very proud moment for me because only 10 lakh people out of 800 crore people in the world have traveled to Antarctica, and only 8 lakh people have till now completed 7 continents. So it was a big achievement, and for an Indian it was a very, very rare moment. Once I landed to Antarctica, I saw the beauty of that place. We landed in Nico Harbor, and the place Nico Harbor itself was so beautiful that it's hard to explain from words. There were penguins all around. The penguins were having fun. After seeing penguins, a smile on your face will come automatically because this guy, they keep on making fun each and every moment. Then we saw seal, then we saw albatross, then we saw whale as well. So it was a amazing experience. the whole water was filled with ice. The ice were floating on the water. It was like we have come to some dreamland. It was an out of world experience. We landed to the most beautiful part of Antarctica. Though Nico Harbor was also very beautiful, but Paradise Bay, as the name suggests, the place itself was so beautiful. There, all the beautiful things which you can imagine was there. The ice was floating on the water. There were glaciers out there. There were snow structures in the middle of water. Some camel was there, not the real camel but the ice camel. Some a spacecraft. There is a theory that UFO spacecraft lands in Antarctica. So somehow that theory was also, was supported by that structure. So and the penguins were floating in water and they were fighting among each other. Then again we returned to our cruise, and then on next day went to Port Lockroy. Port Lockroy is a island which is still now ruled under British. That is the only post office in Antarctica, and people can post their letter to their family. Though I have also posted to my family, but the letter is yet to come to my home. But the place was amazing. There were so many penguins and beautiful mountains were there on the backside. It was a very rare experience. But we have to rush back to our cruise. Reason being, there was a massive cyclone, and somehow the expedition team rescued us to the cruise. And after reaching the cruise, a big cyclone started. Big means it was immense big. Speed was almost 160 km, 170 km per hour, and our cruise deck was filled with snow hell, and it was a very tough moment for most of us because it was freezing cold. We cannot go outside on deck because the air, as I told you, that the air speed was around 160-170 km per hour. Then on the next day, that is our last day on Antarctica, we went to Deception Island. Now Deception Island is an active volcano in Antarctica. Whatever we have seen in last 3-4 days in Antarctica, Deception Island was almost opposite of that, because as you can understand, there is a live volcano, so the land was very warm. The snow was spilling out of the land, and half of the place was filled with ice. But the ice was also like icy ice, half ash, the mixture of ice and ash, you can say. And we were able to see few seals as well out there. But the best unique part was the structures, the stone structures which were there in Deception Island. It was a very unique place, since ice is meeting fire. That's a rare combination. You see these things in Iceland. I have been to Iceland as well. So you see these things in Iceland, but this thing also exists in Antarctica was an experience for me. was unknown to me rather. So from Deception Island, we were going back to our cruise. Then suddenly the expedition team told that stop, we have to stop here. So we was like, why we have to stop here? Then we saw a whale that was coming our way. So it was a very scary moment, but we are also excited as we were able to see the whale. But there was two whales out there. They jumped and they vanished inside the water. And then we went back to our cruise, and it's time to go back home. But while going back home, we have to again cross that dangerous drag passage. Remember I told you that the shaky drag passage there, where the waves are 20-25 feet high. So again we were going back to Ushuaia through drag passage, but this time the drag passage was more shaky. It was like every second we are facing an earthquake. The cruise was shaking like anything. And finally we reached, after 2 days we reached to Ushuaia, and our most beautiful journey ended in Ushuaia. What I learned from Antarctica, that this power, this money, this thing doesn't go with us. What goes with us is the memory which we achieve through these tours, through these trips. I was able to meet people from around 50 countries, and now I have friends from around 18 countries. And what I have learned from them, that attitude or money or power, these things are not important. What is important is relationship. What is important is this experience, what we gain in life. And also what I have seen in Antarctica, that Antarctica is a very, very, very pristine place. Because of no human intervention, the place is so pristine. They don't throw garbage out there, they don't spit out there, they don't, you know, how we treat things in our country. Same way we can also keep our place pristine as well as Antarctica is. What I also learned from Antarctica, the people I met in Antarctica, few were super rich, few were okay types. But what I learned from them, that whatever be your power, whatever be money you are holding, whatever money you are holding, that doesn't make you big. Your attitude make you a bigger person. So let's join hands together to make our country as good as Antarctica by making it garbage free, dust free, pollution free. And believe me, we can do it together. If we want, we can do it. Thank you.